In-depth coverage of the top stories and breaking news when it happens. Newsradio 1080 KRLD.
Even as the cost of prescription drugs has been a big topic in the presidential campaign, major pharmaceutical companies just raised the cost of more than 200 popular medications in the U.S. Dr. Katie Jarvis is an expert on healthcare transparency. She's on the KRLD Newsline. So, Dr. Jarvis, you say this goes back to action the federal government tried to take on drug prices last year.
A federal judge said that the Department of Health and Human Service lacks the authority to require drug manufacturers to disclose their prices based upon an old rule that says that Medicare can't negotiate the prices of medications. Then there was talk about Trump saying that he was going to create an executive order that said that all pharmaceutical companies in the U.S. could not charge any more than the price they charge in other countries. Of course, the pharmaceutical companies didn't like that either. Then there was a proposed bill in September of 2019 for 250 medications to be able to be negotiated by Medicare to give Medicare the power to do that, which is what the federal judge said they did not have the power to do. And now, right after the turn of the new year, we have the pharmaceutical companies saying 250 medications, the same number of medications in that bill from September, have an increase in their price. So to me, it seems like this is a response to all of the proposed legislation from last year, that the pharmaceutical companies waited to announce this response until after their year end of their companies, after they'd been paid their bonuses for the year, and now they're trying to negotiate, and so they're kicking back and saying, let's increase the prices because we know we have a negotiation coming up on what the prices will actually be.
Isn't this a case of the consumer yet again being caught right in the middle of all this?
Very unfortunately so. And it turns out that 66%, roughly two-thirds of American bankruptcies happen because of healthcare expenses. So to put that in perspective, that's about 500,000 people a year have filed bankruptcy because they can't afford their health care. And most of them have insurance.
These 250 medications where the prices just went up, are they some of the more popular ones, the names that a lot of us would know?
Yes, so insulin is on the list. I think that a lot of diabetics use insulin. Some of the combined medications have gone up, and we use a lot of combined medications for patients with heart problems. So there are very common medications on this list, and it's really unfortunate. It turns out that other groups of countries can negotiate their prices. So the European Union uses international drug prices in order to negotiate better pricing for their drugs.
Is there any decent solution here? How do we get a handle on this?
You know, there was a Prescription Drug Relief Act that was proposed in 2019 that says that we cannot pay more than 5 other countries, Canada, UK, France, Germany, and Japan. And I think that's reasonable because then we say, as a country, we should be paying something similar to countries who are similar to us. And I think that's fair and would help decrease some of the cost on the medications. I understand that the pharmaceutical companies have to recover the cost of their research and development, but they shouldn't do that with just our country. They should do that with more than our country paying the bill.
Thanks to Dr. Katie Jarvis.